passion is unshakable. And you deserve a reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance and I saved hundreds.
That's great.
I know, I've been telling everyone.
Liberty. Liberty.
How many people did you tell?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
Pause for the facts. Classic first-timers. They don't know that nearly half of all used cars have been in an accident. But Carfax shows how accidents impact price, so they don't have to overpay. Unpause.
Ooh, why not no accidents?
Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
What is the dumbest thing you've ever wasted money on?
I was paying for 2 Netflix accounts over like 3 years.
How'd you figure that out?
I saw an app that shows you all the monthly subscriptions you have and how much you're paying.
What is the app called?
Rocket Money.
Chicken Parm just got an upgrade. The new Chicken Parmesan Meatball Sub from Firehouse Subs features savory chicken meatballs, shaved Parmesan, melted provolone, and toasted Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. Only at Firehouse Subs.
What do we got?
Order. A lot of cats.
How many cats?
Like 400? Oh boy.
Can I help you?
I certainly hope not.
Did you guys late for the Masked Singer? Ken Jeong sucks.
Animal Control returns Wednesday, March 6th on Fox.
Start with a bang. Invite a bunch of friends, then fill the infield like a rock concert. Mix in some superstar power and turn them loose. A 500-mile all-out fight for NASCAR's biggest prize. That's the Great American Race. The Daytona 500, February 18th. And don't miss the Clash next Sunday at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Get in the teeth, and when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. But I'll guarantee you this, man, these guys are going to fight. And they're going to be something this city's proud of because they're going to take on the identity of this city.
Turns out Dan Campbell knew what he was talking about, right? His third year, he's got his team in the championship game. Greg, we asked him this week, how important was it for you for this team to embody the city of Detroit? He said it was always an important process. It just felt like the match for me, and they played like it all year long. Up 21-7 in this conference championship game, and they got the ball back with 4:59 to go in the half.
Hey, tackle over. This is Penei Sewell. He reported as eligible. Skipper reported as ineligible.
They're going to run it here, and Montgomery on that right side. I feel like Lions fans, we almost need to do that every time.
I just want to make sure we're clear.
Just tell everyone.
Make sure we're clear. Because you see Skipper, he comes on the field, as you said earlier, a million times. But sometimes he has to report to be the tight end, be the end man on the line or in the backfield. But in that case, he just came in and played right tackle. And then Penei Sewell, he was the eligible. It's eerily familiar to the famous two-point try. We're not going to bring it up.
Well, there's Sewell in motion, who's about as an athletic big man as they have in the league. Montgomery up the middle, now cuts left, and a strong run, and another first down for this Lions run game. It's going to put them up over 120 rushing yards on the day. And this offense is humming, and they have been really for 2 years behind Ben Johnson, who according to all reports, looks like he may be getting the Washington Commanders head coaching job. But when he took over the offensive coordinator position, this offense really hit their gear.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing that sticks out, their secret sauce is they can play any style. They can play run heavy like we've seen today. And a week ago against Tampa, they came out through the ball 46 times.
Stay on the run game with Montgomery with a nice seam on the right side and another big run. He's out near a first down. He's going to pick up 9.5. Well, Jared Goff, about Ben Johnson, said he listens to his players and adapts to what we do well. What they're doing well today is running the ball. It's the most rush yards against a Kyle Shanahan 49ers team ever. Got 133 rushing yards in the first half.
Yeah, we had a feeling they were going to try it. And, Ben Johnson, you see that quote from Goff, and that's the ultimate sign of a good coach is your philosophy, your style of offense is irrelevant until you know what kind of players you have.
Here's a fake. Goff, a lot of time, just dumps it over the middle. Montgomery's got the first, and then Warner comes up to hit him down to the 45.
Penei Sewell, he thought he was going to get himself, he chips Randy Gregory. He thought he was going to get himself a first down conversion there in the left flat, but
he's got one career catch.
Yeah, hey, he thought he was going to get one there in the middle of the field, and listen, this entire series, he's been an eligible player, and you see him here again, lined up off the ball.
In motion. How many teams run their right tackle in motion all the time? It's wild. 1st and 10, and they're going to run it to Gibbs, right side, and he gets dragged down. Chase Young with a nice play.
So back to Ben Johnson, and when you look back at his history as a play caller, you can't really trace his roots. He doesn't come from the Shanahan tree or the McVay tree. He does a lot of similar things, but he's really built this offense around his players in Miami and now here in Detroit, and it's not a mystery why he's been one of the hottest head coaching candidates of the last 2 hiring cycles.
2-minute warning in this first half. All Lions stunning the 49ers 21-7 in the championship game.
The most important part of a heist is being aware of potential danger. I trained myself! What?
Nope.
Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3 is so good, the crew is giving every combination code names.
Bis squared.
Egg and cheese biscuit and sausage biscuit. 2 biscuits. I'm impressed Tyler knew what squaring was.
Mathlute?
No matter what you call it, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3.
Celebration Key. Your key to paradise. This paradise has it all. Do absolutely nothing on a pristine beach, or do everything the island has to offer. Unlock Carnival's all-new exclusive destination at Grand Bahama.
Fox Wednesday, a superstar legend moves everyone.
If he comes on, I'm gonna die!
To tears. All new We Are Family, Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
All available units. Reports of raccoons at bowling alley.
Truck 12, 2 minutes out.
Word of caution. The raccoons appear to be inebriated.
All these guys 21?
Animal Control returns Wednesday, March 6th on Fox.
Intuit TurboTax, move of the game. Fueled by big moves from Christian McCaffrey and a 100% accurate touchdown pass from quarterback Brock Purdy to tight end George Kittle, the 49ers rallied to beat the Packers and advance to today's NFC Championship game. Make your moves count. Switch to TurboTax for tax experts that will file your taxes with 100% accuracy, guaranteed. Intuit TurboTax, proud sponsor of the NFL.
Oh, there's a look at the guys coming up at the Verizon halftime show. Kurt, Howie, Michael, Jimmy, and Gronk looking all cool, calm, and collected, ready to talk about this first half where the Lions kind of borderline dominating here. Up 21-7, 2 minutes to go. Each team with 3 timeouts. Here's Goff. Late pressure. Back foot throw deep for Laporta, and it's out of bounds and incomplete. Well, we mentioned about the run game against San Francisco. In this first half, what the Lions have done has been impressive. 131 yards. It's the most in the Kyle Shanahan era.
And right now, if you're Kyle Shanahan and Steve Wilks, you see him there, the defensive coordinator, you need to stop. You got to take advantage of owning this last possession of the first half. They, of course, won the toss and deferred to try to control this middle 4 of the game. And it's a big stop here to get the ball back on offense, hoping to double dip before and after the halftime break.
3rd and long. Going to hand off Gibbs. He's got a seam. Gibbs racing to the sticks. He's got the first down. They've handed off on 3rd and 12, and they picked it up.
Well, what did we say in the first quarter? No team runs the ball more on 3rd and pass than the Detroit Lions. Because what are you thinking if you're the defense? We got to play pass. Best pass rushers. Play soft shell. And they know even if they're stopped short, between the 40s, they're in 4-down territory. It all plays into the philosophy of Dan Campbell, and you saw a great example of it there.
Another jumbo formation. This time it's Dan Skipper who's eligible. On the fake. Pressure on Goff. He's in trouble, and Bosa's got his second sack of the day. And we get a timeout as well. And with that, we'll be right back after this message from State Farm.
All right, guys, listen up. This entire season boils down to one word.
Bundle home and auto.
But that's 4 words.
Not if you bundle them.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
San Francisco calls a timeout. They got 2 left.
Yeah, I think you can keep them here behind the sticks. That sack really changes the approach for Shanahan. Now he's going to try to use those timeouts on defense. Try to keep as much time on the clock as possible to steal a possession before the half.
Little draw to Gibbs, trying to get outside, and this time he's not going to get there. Greenlaw and a host of others, and now they're going to use their second timeout with 1:38 to go in a 3rd and long. Well, the NFL Pro Bowl games are presented by Verizon and heading to Orlando. The Peyton Manning coach AFC faces off against Eli Manning's NFC squad in the Skills Showdown Thursday on ESPN. Then action continues with the AFC NFC flag football and more skills next Sunday on ESPN and ABC. 3rd and 18 with 1:38 to go in this first half.
It's a great job. Of course, it started on that first down sack, beating Dan Skipper with Bosa, and him being able to force that loss now allowed Kyle Shanahan to get back into this more aggressive style before the half. You got to imagine Ben Johnson's either calling a really high percentage completion pass or he's just going to hand the ball off to Gibbs, but they want to make San Francisco use their last timeout.
Here's Goff, 4-man rush, steps up, zips it over the middle of St. Brown. He's got a first down. A 3rd and 18 conversion and a dart from Goff to St. Brown. Wow.
Well, it was a high percentage throw. It's just a little deeper than we thought. Jamison Williams, he took the top off and he carried the safety, Jair Brown, and that's exactly the hole that St. Brown was able to find. And man, that is just a backbreaker right there. You're San Francisco. You got a chance to get the ball back to your offense before the half, and we've seen Goff operate as well as you can from a clean pocket.
Now it's the run game with Gibbs up the middle, and he slips down and right around the 15-yard line. I mean, they've converted a 3rd and 18 and a 3rd and 12. There's now time ticking under a minute, and Detroit pull 3 timeouts. They can do whatever they want. Three rushing touchdowns for the Lions today. And now we get a timeout on the field. We'll be right back after this message from AT&T.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.
Well, you know, recognizing a bad deal is a part of the journey. Yes, Eva, would you like to share your breakthrough? I got AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus and got to choose my plan.
Yes, we don't make you sign up for the top tier plan to get our best deal.
I still haven't gone. I subscribe to get a deal.
know.
Get the newest Galaxy on us with any of our best plans, guaranteed.
Let's go back to that 3rd down conversion. Watch Brown here. He gets taken deep, and then this is the hole St. Brown finds. Watch, so he's got to cut the crosser, and once he turns his back, that's the trigger Goff needs to throw right there to St. Brown.
But by the way, the timeout on the field, replay came in and moved the spot back. So there is a runoff on the clock, but the Lions have all 3 timeouts and 35 seconds left. So they have it all at their disposal here. I mean, they're 4 or 5 on 3rd down. They've got 268 yards. See St. Brown with the biggie there. 21-7 Detroit.
Warriors elected to take the 10-second runoff from 57 seconds down to 47 seconds.
Okay, so there it is.
Play clock, we put it 30 seconds.
So they'll reset it, and obviously they can afford to take the runoff with 3 timeouts.
At this point, it's more important for them to keep the 3 timeouts in their pocket than the extra 10 seconds. So it would have been 57 seconds with 2 timeouts or 47 seconds with 3.
Goff looking, firing, and oh no, he just missed his man. Gibbs was open and just a little too far in front.
You see Goff, I'm not going to repeat what he said, but man, he knew he had Gibbs. They bring Gibbs all the way here, and he's the middle. It's cover 2, 2 high safeties. He just runs a little, we used to call it ricochet. He runs right at Fred Warner and takes it deep. Everyone can read lips at home and realize he knows he lost one there.
Third down, Goff fires far side. St. Brown again, another first down. They are doing whatever they want on third down, Greg.
Yep, Amon-Ra St. Brown working against Diamondor Lenore in the slot, and this is an area of the San Francisco defense, for all the things they do so exceptionally well, they're in the bottom handful, 25th in the league on third down defense this year, and we've seen 3 huge long conversions on this drive alone.
49ers defense with no answers so far. And here's Goff. Again, time. Floats one for the corner, and it's incomplete. Laporta, the intended receiver. Pretty good coverage by Ward with 24 seconds to go. You can put any caption you want with those pictures. They're looking for an answer. They don't have one right now.
It starts. They got to get a stop here. They got to bow up. They need Bosa, Fred Warner. They need one of their superstars to keep this thing in check here going into the half.
Gonna run it to Gibbs up the middle. Not much there, if anything. And Lions will use their first time out. You know, meanwhile, Jared Goff is having a very nice first half to complement this run game, and it's a homecoming for him. You say, I mean, just think about his life. Grew up in Nevada, was just across the Golden Gate Bridge, north of San Francisco, and he's been here his entire life. He was a star at Marin Catholic High School, and then attended Cal, where he was a star and became the #1 overall pick. So he's got, well, he said about maybe 50 people coming to the game to support him in a homecoming and a chance to take a second team back to the Super Bowl. Grew up a 49ers fan. He wears 16 for Joe Montana. I want to talk about symmetry. Third goal here. Setting up a screen. Gibbs fell down, gets up to get it, runs into his own man, and is stopped short. Down to about the 2.5 with 10 seconds to go. Dan Campbell goes for it all the time.
I was just going to say, would you, if there's one guy in the league that you don't just assume you see the field goal unit run on in this situation, it's got to be Dan Campbell.
Since he was hired, he's got the most fourth down attempts and the most fourth down conversions in the last 3 years.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be pretty interesting. The kicker hasn't run on yet, and Goff in this offense, they're still in the huddle. He's looking to put a dagger in this San Francisco defense. Oh, now he changed his mind. All right.
We set up the narrative.
I'll tell you what, though. I don't know if there's a lot of other guys in the league that we would even consider it, but I think with the way this game has gone, I'm all about fourth downs. I think with the lead being what it is and a chance to make it a 3-score game, I get it. Yeah, now the thing is, you got to be careful now if you're San Francisco. Do they go two-hand, try to get somebody to jump, and then it changes it because it puts the ball half the distance.
And here's Badgley from 21, and he buries it. So it's 24-7, a 17-point lead for the Lions on the road behind Dan Campbell. And whatever he has done here, it's been just incredible. You ask the players about him. That's all you need to do, right? Jared Goff said he's the greatest leader I've been around. Pretty high praise. Frank Ragnow, the center, he loves his guys. Can't say enough about him. He's the man. And how about Lee McNeil, the big defensive tackle? He was born to do this. His passion and love for the game. I mean, he played the last 3 years of his career in Detroit. He knows about the passion of the city. He said he and his wife loved it there. And you think about it, Greg, they started 0-10 the first year. So it takes some resiliency to come back from that. Then in 2022, they finished 9-8. They were 1-6.
There was multiple opportunities in those first 2 years for ownership to lose faith in the vision and the approach of Dan Campbell and the general manager Brad Holmes. And in a day and age where it seems like coaches are given shorter and shorter leashes to turn programs around, you have to give them a lot of credit, believing in the vision, believing there was going to be some tough times. And see Brad Holmes there, the general manager there in the back, and their vision, they've executed it close to perfection.
Yeah, it sure has. And this first half has been close to perfection as Ray McLeod going to take it out, look to make something happen at the end of this half. And Ray McLeod has a little seam, and we get a penalty. Multiple penalties on this play. There's only been one penalty in this game. It's been nice. Well done by this Cleat Blakeman All-Star crew. This will be the second if it's. The Lions are ready to move on off the field. Looks like San Francisco almost is as well and regroup. Remember, the 49ers will get the ball. And we'll sort this out.
There are 2 seconds left on the game clock. 30 returns, holding. Return team number 30. It's a 10-yard penalty, and it's first down.
That's on George Odom, their special team star. So 2 seconds on the clock. Can't imagine that Kyle Shanahan will do anything here. And Kyle Shanahan has to go and figure out some answers. The 49ers trying to get back to the Super Bowl. Been here the last 2 years in the conference title game and lost. The Lions are 30 minutes away from their first ever trip. And we hit the half with a 17-point Detroit lead. And the hero's journey, brought to you by Kung Fu Panda 4 in theaters March 8th, brings us to the quarterback comparison. Jared Goff, very efficient, especially on third down. Brock Purdy's had his troubles. Interception on his arm, hit the one time. That led to a touchdown. The Lions got the ball first. They have not looked back since. Detroit playing great, up 24-7 here in Santa Clara, and the Verizon halftime show comes your way after this.
Audience, are you guys ready?
Don't miss the game show phenomenon that has America hooked.
I did not see that coming.
The Floor, all new Tuesday on Fox.
Find everything you need for spring at Al's Garden and Home. Find everything you need for spring at Al's Garden and Home. Find everything you need for spring at Al's Garden and Home. Find everything you need for spring at Al's Garden and Home.
Hi, Brandon and Lil Hilliard with Hilliard's Mid-City Ford. We would like to introduce Bronco to the Mid-City Ford family.
All Fords are created equal. Hilliard's Mid-City Ford makes the difference. That's exit 271 in Woodburn.
In a town with the most twisted criminals, one detective uncovers the truth.
I keep forgetting to check both sides.
John Hamm stars in Grimsburg. Series premiere February 18th on Fox.
Culture is pushing us towards women in sports, but you have to empower the women to see it. By design, we're in a world that was not built for us.
I feel like I've done a lot of amazing things in my career, but the stakes are as high as they'll ever be.
Women of the W, they have been here and they're not going away. This is our opportunity to get it right. The sky's the limit.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Welcome to the Verizon Halftime, the official 5G network of the NFL.
It has been all Lions so far. Jahmyr Gibbs, one of the rushing touchdowns for Detroit as they have rolled here in the first half and lead it 24-7. That's how Verizon played the first half, but there was a lot to choose from. If you like the Lions, they had the ball 5 times and scored on 4 of them. Michael, they came out of the gate being aggressive.
Yeah, you know what? We got Journey playing here in the stadium. It's been a journey for the Detroit Lions, and they're not wasting it here because this team came out aggressive. They just said, hey, what do we have to lose? As Howie said, they're playing with house money. A lot of misdirection. This one here to Jamison Williams. But this showed the grit and grind of this team, refusing to go down for the touchdown. And you thought, okay, they're going to start off hot. They're going to fade. There's no fade in this team so far. And you wonder if the 49ers offense can pick it up. Not the offense I'm worried about. It's the defense.
Yeah, they haven't been able to stop this team at all, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's really the star of the first half is Jared Goff. And because they have such balance on offense, 21 rushes, 22 passes, he has been able to throw the football with efficiency. The offensive line has given him great protection, and then receivers are getting open. Amon-Ra St. Brown with a couple of catches, Laporta. But the balance is what's the key. That's what's giving him the great pass protection.
Yeah, we talked about San Francisco's inability to stop the run last week and saying that it would probably be the thing that would define this game, whether they could stop Detroit's complex run game with these 2 different running backs, Gibbs, Montgomery, and Gibbs again here today. Gibbs, really explosive. He's their version of McCaffrey. All these runs go to the right. Montgomery for 14 yards. Downhill, more physical guy. Gibbs' ability to hit the corner, stop on a dime, redirect, score the touchdown, 15 yards, 148 yards on the ground, 35,000 people in Detroit Stadium.
Going crazy.
Going crazy.
Going crazy.
Here's a look at it. I mean, they were going crazy, and why not? When your team is winning, you can celebrate even if you're not at the game where it's happening. They were watching there on the big screen there in Detroit. A lot of people having a good time there. 280 yards of offense by this Lions team. Wow. And there's still another half to go. All right. Why don't we talk about some important news off the field and what's considered the league's most prestigious honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, which recognizes players who have not only exhibited excellence on the field, but whose passion to impact lives extends beyond the game and has led them to lead a positive legacy in their communities. To celebrate the nominees for this year's award, fans were encouraged to show support for their favorite nominee online through the Man of the Year Charity Challenge. Cincinnati Bengals offensive lineman Ted Karras is the winner of this year's Charity Challenge, having received the most fan votes. Ted is the first Cincinnati Bengal player to win this challenge and will receive a $35,000 donation to the charity of his choice, the Village of Marici. The winner of this year's Man of the Year Award will be announced live. It will happen at NFL Honors on Thursday, right before the Super Bowl, February 8th, 9 o'clock Eastern on CBS and NFL Network. 24-7, the Lions are rolling here in San Francisco. Journey is playing. Gronk asked, who's Journey?
Gronk said, who's Journey?
We forget how young he is.
But I know this song. I know this song.
This is a classic.
Well, this fan group needs a little something to celebrate. We'll talk about the second half and the AFC contest when we come back.
The Verizon Halftime Show is brought to you by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL.
I hope you've all got your game faces on.
It's time to get chefing, baby.
Well, let's go.
So we have blood, definitely gonna get sweat. Will we get tears?
It's only the beginning.
Next Level Chef premieres tonight after the game on Fox.
Let the March Maskness begin!
Let's get this premiere started, all right?
I don't know who you guys are, but I am so excited you're here.
The Masked Singer, new season, March 6th on Fox.
Is your heart pounding a little bit
right now?
Oh,
it is. Racing.
I'm not nervous. I'm excited.
Who thinks they can handle the tractor?
Uh-oh, what are we getting ourselves into?
Those nails were not built for sorting potatoes.
I'm missing 3, but it's okay.
You're doing good. Well, I'm putting my heart on the line.
Woo!
Farmer Wants a Wife, season premiere Thursday on Fox.
In the NFL, the game is constantly evolving, and so are ways to better protect players. Powered by AWS, the NFL created the Digital Athlete, an injury prediction tool. By analyzing millions of data points generated by a player's every move, AWS AI and machine learning are helping to identify when players may be at an increased risk of injury, enabling teams to develop individualized training and recovery regimens. The NFL is focused on the health and safety of every player. It's a key to building a better game.
Hey, by the way, we want to make sure we thank the great Bill Murray. He's been helping us out this evening. His new movie, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, will be in theaters on March 22nd. The trailer drops tomorrow. All right, the AFC side of the bracket is all set. And against the Kansas City Chiefs going to the Super Bowl, they went into Baltimore. Their defense created 3 turnovers, including this key one in the fourth quarter. L'Jarius Sneed knocking the ball out of the hands of Zay Flowers. Chiefs win 17-10. Christina Pink with an emotional Sneed.
Help but notice the emotion on your face right now. Where are these tears? What do they mean?
Just joy, you know, just thankful. What this team faced this whole entire year, adversity we face, you know, I'm just thankful, man. Going back to the Super Bowl, again, we're the champs still, baby, and we're going to take it.
You know, this defense is the best that Patrick Mahomes has had in his career there, but this is his 4th Super Bowl in 6 years. How fortunate are we to see a guy like Mahomes?
Yes, Patrick Mahomes has had an epic start to his career. There is no doubt about that. He is also the youngest quarterback in history to reach 4 Super Bowls in this quick of a span. And he has been teamed up with an epic head coach as well in Andy Reid. And Kurt, we were joking around earlier that Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs had a rough start throughout the regular season. And why? Because we were saying maybe they were bored. They didn't have enough excitement. But when implications are on the line, they know how to dial it up and turn it off and take off. And that's why they're going to the Super Bowl.
All right, the AFC side is set. Who's going from the NFC? Fans in Detroit hope it's their Lions.
Freedom Tour 2024 kicks off next month.
The Great American Race. The Daytona 500, February 18th. And don't miss the Clash next Sunday at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Find everything you need for spring at Al's Garden and Home.
Hi, Brandon and Liv Hillier with Hillier's Mid-City Ford. We would like to introduce Bronco to the Mid-City Ford family.
All Fords are created equal. Hillier's Mid-City Ford makes the difference. That's exit 271 in Woodburn.
Abby says thank you to our thousands of pizza-loving friends from our first 60 years. From our family to yours, thank you. This January, Abby's is proud to offer our classic Big Hawaiian Pizza at a very special price. Order now at Abby's.com or join us in our parlor for a legendary pizza tradition. Abby says thank you to our thousands of pizza-loving friends from our first 60 years. From our family to yours, thank you. This January, Abby's is proud to offer our classic Big Hawaiian Pizza at a very special price. Order now at Abby's.com or join us in our parlor for a legendary pizza tradition. Abby says thank you to our thousands of pizza-loving friends from our first 60 years. From our family to yours, thank you. This January, Abby's is proud to offer our classic Big Hawaiian pizza at a very special price. Order now at Abby's.com or join us in our parlor for a legendary pizza tradition.
Culture is pushing us towards women in sports, but you have to empower the women to see it.
Women of the W, they're not going away. This is our opportunity to get it right. The sky's the limit.
The NFL is sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. You've been making moves. Switch to TurboTax and their experts will make them count with 100% accurate taxes guaranteed.
It is the NFC Championship. This place is rocking. Jameson Williams scores!
Right out of the gate, they did it on the ground.
Up and in.
He is a handful trying to bring down.
Today's game flow brought to you by Progressive as we get set for this third quarter here in beautiful Santa Clara. And of course, the NFC Championship presented by Intuit TurboTax. Well, the Lions dominated in the first half. They're up 17. 49ers will get the ball to start the third quarter. There's a lot of things you could say to sum up the first, Greg, but here's what I'll say. The league's leading rusher, Christian McCaffrey, he's being outrushed by 3 different Detroit Lions. Their offense is humming.
It has, and they're only averaging, right? So we talked about this personnel match, that kind of back and forth between Shanahan and Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator. So far, the Lions have played a lot of base personnel, and that's where we said they're susceptible to the passing game. They continue to run it. They're only averaging 2 yards per carry in that situation. So expect in this second half, get the ball in McCaffrey's hand through the air. Keep them in base defense, but throw it earlier in the possessions and try to get back to some of that downfield explosive pass that has really been your calling card all season long.
I mean, 280 yards in the first half by the Lions. But the 49ers will get it first. Certainly could use a good drive to get back in the game as McLeod will watch it go over his head. We go downstairs to Aaron.
Let's talk about defense first, and where do you find an answer on it? Kyle Shanahan saying we're just giving up way too much space in our zone. We need to find a way to close it down. That's why Jared Goff has been picking us apart. And then when we do get to Goff, we can't get him down. We missed the tackle. Then 3rd and long, Detroit has found a way for explosive plays. Offensively, he said, we got to come out fast. I said, how do you get in a rhythm? He said, we got to score right away.
Yeah, you don't want to get into hyperbole here, but this feels like a pretty big drive the way this game has gone for the 49ers. Started out with McCaffrey on the right side with a good run. McCaffrey surging forward. He's got nearly 9. Downstairs we go to Tom.
Dan Campbell with a lot of energy coming out for the second half. Said he thought long and hard about whether to go for the touchdown at the end of the first half. But, quote, we were just a smidge too far. So he decided to kick it. Most pleased with the offensive line and the space and time they've been able to give the run game and in protecting Jared Goff. His message to his team coming back out, we have to finish this game.
Purdy over the middle, and Samuel in stride, and Deebo Samuel. A strike from Purdy down to the 41.
Right on cue. Under center, first down, play action pass in the middle of the field. That is their formula. That's what makes this offense so hard to handle, and expect more of that here in the second half.
They're getting Samuel involved, his 3rd reception today. Purdy on the fake. Blitz is picked up. Samuel one-on-one. Breaks a tackle. Deebo surging forward and shoved out of bounds right before the first down marker, I believe. Got right around Cam Sutton that time.
Again, open field tackling, not the strength of this unit. And man, it's just highlighted even more when you have guys like Deebo and McCaffrey and Kittle and This is the energy. This looks like the 49ers offense that we've seen throughout the course of the season, and they got to try to finish this drive and get themselves back in this game.
On the fake, here's a flip. Samuel in some trouble in the backfield, and he is brought down for a loss. Josh Paschal read it the entire time, and that's a big play for the Lions defense.
Now think back to the touchdown in the first quarter. We showed that Bosa ran down here, but now watch Paschal. He doesn't close so fast, and now he's able to set an edge. So give credit there. That's a nice job stopping what they're trying to do there by San Francisco, creating an explosive on 2nd and short and force 3rd down. Man defense, Gardner Johnson and Branch both in the game together.
Purdy thinking about running for it, not going to get there, back across his body. Oh, one-handed catch, Juwan Jennings. And it's a first down.
Kind of breaks the first cardinal rule of playing quarterback is you don't throw the ball over the middle late back across your body, but I'll tell you right now, they're searching for answers, they're searching for plays, and Juwan Jennings, he came up with a big one there.
Broke about 1 million rules, but that was a great play.
Yeah, remember, you heard Aaron tell us he was in the tent earlier getting evaluated, so obviously he's cleared and makes one of the biggest plays for this 49ers offense here to start the second half.
So the drive continues. It's McCaffrey now dancing around and maybe a yard. I'm not sure how this was a completion, to be honest.
Take a look here. Juwan Jennings, he starts way out here on the far left side of your screen. Man coverage, nowhere to go, and it was just the late scramble of Purdy, and Aaron Glenn's like, man, we had him. Look at him, he said, man, we had him, everyone was covered.
You sure that's what he said?
Nah,
I'm not so sure.
This is a family show, KB. This is a family show.
2nd and 8. What's coming? Purdy in trouble, floats it out, and that could have been intercepted. Oh boy, let that one go, and it was high and out of bounds, but Branch was in the vicinity, and so it brings up 3rd down. So the last two, both times Purdy's let go, I've said, oh, one was caught. That one could have been the other way. Another blitz picked up. Purdy delivers deep over the middle, too high. Trying to get it to Jennings, and now he's down hurt. And he was open. And now here comes the field goal team. Now keep in mind, Moody missed from 48 earlier today.
It just kind of sailed that one. Christian McCaffrey had an awesome blitz pickup off the left side, and Purdy had plenty of time to step up and just kind of sailed it. I think if he's able to put that ball more on a line, he has Jennings open there in the middle of the field.
So now it's Moody trying to get it back to a 14-point deficit from 43. And it's drilled right down the middle. So good on the rookie to get back in stride. 49ers get some points on the opening drive. Make it 24-10.
Play. I said let's have a watch party. You said party. As in party. Let's check the replay.
This What Really Happened replay is brought to you by Progressive. One thing no one would challenge. Protecting your home and auto with Progressive.
Is this where I park for the party?
Jeep 4xe lets you choose your adventure. Choose electric mode for even more capability and efficiency. Or choose gas mode for extended range. And choose our most capable Jeep Wrangler ever or our most awarded SUV ever. A year for adventure in Jeep 4xe.
As a show of thanks during the Jeep Start Something New sales event, well-qualified lessees can now lease the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe for $499 a month.
It's 10 feet.
One shot makes you a soup for 24 hours.
Have fun, you two. Bye.
Some of the most brilliant minds in business. No, not you. Or you. You auto-track business income and expenses with QuickBooks. And you pay all your employees easily and accurately. And you have a business bank account with market-leading APY. Get the full picture of your business on one platform, now with expert help when you need it. That's how you business differently.
It's an America's Most Wanted exclusive.
Law enforcement reveals the identity of an alleged murderer.
Can you help us find him?
America's Most Wanted, Monday on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. There's only one.
"30 years of the NFC Championship on Fox." Aaron Andrews, Richard Sherman, classic interview 10 years ago. It's a great little painting, too. And hoping today shapes up to be a dandy. So far, it has for Lions fans. 24-10. San Francisco on their opening drive of the third settles for a field goal. Back to a two-possession game. And they will start, the Lions will, from the 25. These teams met in the 83 divisional round, and it was a wild game back and forth. Joe Montana led a late drive. There was a real Lion on the field, which I have a lot of questions about that. Barry Sanders is there, and Monty Clark, and then Eddie Murray, so reliable, missed one and would have won the game from 43 yards out, and the 49ers went on to win it 24-23. Questions: A, how did they travel a Lion? B, how was a real Lion allowed on a field?
I think that's the real question. Is it wasn't a home game. They brought him from Detroit, presumably, or maybe they sourced one here in California. I think there's a lot of unknowns there.
They sourced one. By the way, I said Barry Sanders. I meant Billy Sims. Barry's here. Here's Laporta. Laporta's got a first down. And a good start for these Lions. There's no real Lion on the field here today, just the team themselves. Look at the postseason by record for the 49ers, right? In this round, they've had their most trouble, right? Obviously, they've won 5 Super Bowls, but they've had trouble getting there. 19 times they've played in this round. This being the 19th, but they've lost 11 of them.
And the key in this second half is they got to tighten up on defense. They've got to get some stops and give their offense a chance.
Right, get it out to Montgomery here, who works his way out up to the 45.
All right, so I think if you're Steve Wilks and your San Francisco defense, you're coming out of the half, you're saying, okay, we got to do 2 things. Number one, clearly, with a 14-point, with Detroit having a 14-point lead, they have to stop giving up the chunk runs.
Yep.
Right? You can let them nickel and dime you, but it's the explosive runs that have put them behind the 8 ball, and then they've got to get some pressure on Goff. First pressure, he's 1 of 6. No pressure, 11 of 13. They might have to consider some blitz, even though that's not really one of the staples of this defense.
And this is going to be on San Francisco.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 98. It's a 5-yard penalty. Yards is enough for a first down.
Let me ask you this. They're not a man defense team. Do they have to go to that? Would they go to that, and would that help?
I think so. I think you heard Kyle told Aaron at half there's so much space in their zone. So I think they've got 2 options. I think they've got to be able to create some pressure. And if it doesn't come from 4, you got to add some other guys to the mix. And then can't be afraid in certain situations to just match man and take a chances with your secondary matchup.
Sticking with the run, it's Montgomery up the middle. And again, the run game stays huge for the Lions. Montgomery with about 7 more on the ground. Well, we told you the last time the Lions won a road game in the playoffs, it was 1957. It's also the most points they've had in a half in 1957. In that game against San Francisco, they scored 4 or 5 times, one of them on the help of an interception by Malcolm Rodriguez. They've got 309 yards already in this game. Montgomery again. Again, a big hole. Montgomery's got a first down easily and works his way down near the 36.
And let's give some credit here to this Detroit Lions offensive line. I mean, David Montgomery on that little counter G scheme, he wasn't touched. I mean, there was not a San Francisco defender near him until he was 4 or 5 yards through the hole. I mean, they are a good group, and obviously Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell, their left and right tackle, they get a lot of the recognition, but man, you got to give credit to these guys inside.
Here's the play fake. This is where they take a shot. Goff looking to do so for Laporta, and he overthrew him just a little bit.
Well, they got the look. They're trying to run Laporta on a little high 7 route. You see Amon-Ra St. Brown, he takes the real deep 7. And Laporta, he's got the second underneath, and he had a step on Dre Greenlaw, and Goff just puts a little too much air on it. You know, back to your question about man, it's worth noting, last year, week 16, Steve Wilkes, the interim head coach of the Panthers at the time, played this Detroit Lions. He played them 87% zone. So far today, no snaps a man.
Going over the middle, it's Laporta again, who gets it down to the 30. He's got a pickup of 6. Laporta and St. Brown, those have been the top two targets all year, and it continues. Laporta's 6 for 67 now. St. Brown 5 for 73. And we told you at the half, 3 Lions have outrushed the league's leading rusher. Pretty amazing numbers. 3rd down and 4 here.
Remember what we said about 3rd down run approach. This is one of those prime opportunities. St. Brown lined up here in the backfield.
They give it to St. Brown up the middle, and Amon-Ra St. Brown is short. But again, a reminder, Dan Campbell goes for it more than anyone. Did kick a field goal on that 4th and goal situation at the end of the first half.
Well, here you go. That's why you do it. You only run on 3rd and 5. If you've already made up your mind, you're going for it on 4th and 2.
Goff to throw it. Here comes pressure. Escapes. Fires over the middle, and it is incomplete. He got out of a sack but couldn't connect with Reynolds, and the 49ers get a big stop on D. Goff trying to connect to Reynolds. He had it. Couldn't bring it in.